What up? What up? Bankroll 10, bet it up Kustoms. All right, y'all. Here's what I did. Narrowed the rear end, 3/4 of an inch. Put a true center in it with my narrowing bar, like I was saying before. That's where the pucks are for the narrowing bar. Narrowing bar goes in. The end puck goes on there. You put the end back on square. As you can see, it's a little low here, a little high here. So it shows that the axle tube from over the years got bent a little bit, but now it's got a true center line. So I was talking about these C-clip eliminators because narrowing 3/4 of an inch. I know some people are like, why is it even worth it? Well, 3/4 of an inch to an inch, you can go with doing C-clip eliminators. You end up cutting the end of the axle off where the C-clip goes, and a little bit of splines, but as you can see where this thing was riding before, so it's gonna be over here, it's fine. It's got enough splines in it to be in there. 30 spline axle on this Caprice because it's 89. So, here's your axle, here's your C-clip eliminator. I don't have the little collar on here yet because I was double checking to make sure. So on the paperwork, you got 2 5/8, which would be standard. So it's outside axle flange to the back side of C-clip eliminator. Then it says for G-body, 2 3/8. So what I did, being this is full size and my brake offset is 2 3/4, that's what the Willwood back rotor is. Willwood brake kit, 2 3/4. So what I did is I went from the outside axle flange to here, 2 5/8 on the press, measured it all out, did not put the collar on just in case I gotta take this back off, but I put everything together with the rotor on and everything was perfect to where I will not have to shim the caliper. So I had put it all together. So now I took the other axle and I pressed it all on there with the collar. Got rid of the e-brake stuff off the backing plate because there's just no point in having it unless you have a stick, a manual car. So this one, taking this all back out, gonna cut these off. Don't need none of that on there. As you notice, when I narrowed it, I clocked the ends down so that way it puts the caliper down here. Even though this car would never be close enough to hit the frame, it's just I angled the caliper down. That would be to clear the frame. Just something I always do. Looks better with the caliper down towards the back instead of up towards the back. So, coming along pretty good. My narrow, I measure from the edge of the center to the edge of the back piece. So whatever my number is to begin with, then I take and subtract my 3/4 of an inch. It was 19 1/4, so I went to 18 1/2. So then when I put the bar in there with the puck on here and squared it all back up, put the degree wheel on here to make the degree on both sides the same. And welded it up, let it cool, took it apart. And yeah, so that's what I got for you today on this LS box Chevy. About to throw the rear end all the way together. And hopefully get it out of here. All right, y'all, appreciate it. Hopefully that was informational, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Bankroll 10, bet it up. Subscribe. Outies.